And now for something completely different. Okay, I'm going to share with you guys something that I feel like most typical booktube channels do not talk about. But you know what? 2024 for me is the year where I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to share what I want to share because I'm interested in this type of stuff. So we're just going to go into it. For those of you, I know I probably never talk about this kind of stuff because people can be so sensitive nowadays, but I'm just going to lay it out there. I make THC infused edibles, and I decided to make this one recipe. I don't really remember how I came across this recipe, but the recipe was butter mochi. If you've never heard of it, I guess it's like one of those things, like it's like apple pie, but it's from Hawaii. It's just one of those things that I guess every Hawaiian, like I guess you can go to a barbecue, a gathering, a picnic per se, and I guess that butter mochi is like one of those staples. It's just one of those things that aunties make, you know. So it sounded really interesting. Like, I'm going to say that this is one of the most interesting food items because I love to bake, and but it's just one of those items that's just very interesting. It's made with glutinous rice flour, not regular rice flour. It needs to be glutinous rice flour, so it's got to be sticky rice flour. And what this does is it gives it the texture that makes it chewy like a gummy. So you kind of have this item that when it's baked, it tastes like butter, but it's got the consistency and texture kind of like between a custard and a gummy. It was really, really good. And you can, like, the option is to top it with coconut. And it was just really, really great stuff. And while I was, sometimes before I make an item, I like to do a little research about that item, about that said item. And I had watched a number of videos about how to make butter mochi. And let's just say, there are varying recipes on who says how you should make a proper butter mochi. Some call for more eggs, some call for less eggs. But like the be-all, end-all, while I was doing all this research before prepping and making this item myself, I came across this one YouTube video, and there was a lady who had written a cookbook, and she was Hawaiian. And I was intrigued because I was like, you know what, I really thought it was an interesting item to begin with. And then I was like, I thought that, you know, it would be interesting because I found out that this lady had a cookbook. And the cookbook is Aloha Kitchen. And I know that cookbooks are not your typical thing to see on BookTube. But like I said, I do like to bake, I like to cook, I do enjoy that. And this lady was featured in a video about how to make butter mochi. And I saw that they mentioned her cookbook in the video. And I was like, you know what, that might be interesting because it's Hawaii, you know. And Hawaii, one of the things that I really appreciate about this collection of recipes is that the author Hawaii is an intermingling of different cultures and how all those cultures combined and how they kind of reflect on each other. And I like how she kind of breaks down the different cultures and different contributions they have made to Hawaiian culture and their cooking and their kitchen fare. And I found it really interesting. Like, she has it all laid out. Like, she has it laid out by what cultures influenced what recipes and what kind of items she brings the history to the recipes, not just the recipes. So that's why I really enjoyed this book. There are some hard to find items if you don't live out in the Pacific, or if you don't have easy access to some of these items. But I really enjoyed this. I think it's a fun little thing. If you want to try to make some different kind of some recipes, I really enjoyed it. I gave this a 4 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads. Really, really fun read. So that's why I decided to pick that one up. I gave you the long-winded story about that, but I had to, or otherwise it would just be, here's a cookbook, look what I got. But, you know, along with that, I also picked up another cookbook by B. Dylan Hollis. And this guy is someone, I'll admit, I saw a lot of his videos on Instagram and on Facebook, and I love the dedication. Not only does he experiment with these old historical recipes, oftentimes they're kind of weird and strange by today's standards, but I love the energy he puts into his videos, and while he makes them very entertaining, they are very funny. I love the way he does these videos, and then he's very sincere with how he thinks the recipes turn out. So I had to check out this one. I have yet to read this one. I have not made anything from this yet, but I plan on getting to it. So I wanted to share, I figured I would share this in the same video, so this will be the cookbook video. But if you have not seen any of his videos, I highly recommend, if you are a fan of cooking, if you are someone who enjoys cooking. He finds like these old, like, he's got it broken down by different time periods from when the recipes come from. I'm going to make a few of these. I feel like this is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But, you know, I'm interested in this, so when I kept watching his videos, and he mentions in a few of those videos that he has his own cookbook, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and check that one out too. So here it is. And I'm going to read this, and I'm going to cook some of these recipes myself. And that's pretty much all I can really tell you about these. So I'm going to end the video now with that. I'm going to have a link down below to Amazon if you wouldn't mind helping support my channel by purchasing something through that link, or those links I should say. I'm also going to throw it on my coffee link if you wouldn't mind. If you got something from watching my video and you want to see more content like this, by all means, even if you have questions, like if you're interested in hearing more about making THC-infused edibles, I'm an open book. I'm more than willing to talk about that kind of stuff. I've oftentimes thought about filming videos about how to make this, because I feel like there are some people who are interested in it, and I feel like some people, it's just kind of, they just don't know what to do. And if you guys are interested in that type of content, I'm all for it. But I wouldn't know unless I share it with you guys and talk about it. And I'm sure there's going to be those people who are too stuck up, and they're just going to be like, oh, you do that. Unsubscribed! Unsubscribed! But you know what? Your loss. Whatever. At this point, I don't care. I can't please everybody. Yep, so that's all we got for you guys. So like I said, I'm going to have a coffee link down there below. And if you came here looking for more book reviews, book recommendations, hit that subscriber button, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload again. That's all I got for you guys. Till next time, later.